Alright, so I've got pork tenderloin ready to go for our meal prep for this week. The good thing about this is it comes in a 2-pack, so there's basically 2 pork tenderloins in here. You can get this at Sam's Club, $8.61, so it's a great deal. The first thing I do is obviously try to rinse the tenderloins and then pat them dry. Alright, the next thing you're going to want to do is just go ahead and season your pork tenderloin. I use Goya, basically a total seasoning. It's a combination of garlic, onion, some salt, parsley, oregano, and cumin, so it's got a lot of good base spices in it. I add some cayenne pepper and some chili powder. And then once you get it seasoned, you're going to want to go ahead and just rub the seasonings into the pork. Don't forget to do both sides, obviously. I like the cayenne because it adds a little bit of heat to it. Okay, so I've rubbed the spices into the tenderloin. If you notice, I didn't add any salt. That's because the chili powder and the Goya seasoning already have salt in them, so there's no need for me to add any extra salt. So keep that in mind when you buy spices. Look at the ingredients list to see if it already has salt in it. Next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and cover it, foil it up, put it in the fridge, let it marinate for at least 4 hours. Preferably overnight if you have the time. Then it's on to cooking it. Alright, so we just started our meal prep Sundays. I took the pork tenderloins out of the fridge so we can get to room temperature. See, we got the Tupperware out. We use, what's this, Fit Packer for our meal prep Tupperware. Got the Italian mixed vegetables, frozen mixed vegetables ready to go, and we've already started baking our sweet potatoes in the microwave. We started basically at 11:18. I'm gonna go ahead and get started on the grill to cook the pork tenderloin. So it's time to go ahead and start grilling the pork tenderloin. I've already gone ahead and preheated my grill grates and put some coated them with olive oil. I like to get my my grill going up to 500 degrees, and then while I'm cooking the tenderloins, keeping the temperature around 400 degrees. Doesn't that look good? All right, so the trick here is I'm going to cook the tenderloins on each side over direct heat for 2.5 minutes and then rotate. That way the tenderloin cooks evenly on all sides. Again, I'm going to try to keep this thing hovering around 400 degrees. So the trick here is that you might have to open and close the grill frequently to do that. So you can see my grill's pretty hot, so I've got to do this for a little bit. And once I've done that for 4 rotations, basically after the 10-minute mark, then I'm going to cook it on each side for 1 minute each. Alright, so I've gone 10 minutes now, rotating on each side for 2.5 minutes. As you can see, got a nice even sort of char on each side already. So I'm going to go a minute on each side now, and then I'm going to check it after that. basically, if you've got a thermometer, what you want to do is aim for 150 degrees. One of the good things about doing a meal prep with a tenderloin is that you really don't need a thermometer per se, because you're not trying to eat it right then. So you can go ahead and get away with cutting it and checking it that way. What you're looking for is something that is a little pink on the inside, honestly, because again, since it's a meal prep, you're going to reheat it in the microwave, so it's going to cook again. So you want it to be slightly pink on the inside. That way, when you reheat it, it's perfectly cooked when you heat it. All right, so 14 minutes is up, and it basically did the trick. If you can see, it is slightly pink on the inside. I'd probably shoot for a little bit more pink, to be honest, but that's fine as long as it is pink. Then it'll be perfect to reheat and cook for your meal prep. So now what you want to do is go ahead and just let it sit for about 10 minutes, let those juices sort of venture out into the meat per se. All right, so we're all done with the meal prep Sundays. It is 1:43 in the afternoon, so it took basically a little over 2 hours to complete, and honestly, we could have fit it in 2 hours. It took me actually a little bit longer to get the grill to go ahead and start heating up. So if anything, it takes it's really dependent upon how quickly you can get your grill going, and also if you've got a spare hand to help you out with the extra sides, these sweet potatoes and mixed vegetables. Shout out to my wife who does the sweet potatoes and mixed vegetables, and that basically takes about an hour. So if you're doing this solo and wondering how long it would take you yourself to do it, you're looking at an extra hour to go ahead and do the sweet potatoes and the mixed vegetables. All right, so we're actually not even done with meal prep Sundays. We've gone a little above and beyond what we usually think of as a meal prep in terms of just making one meal to last the whole week. What we do here is actually include an extra few snacks to help us get us through the day. So I've gone ahead and made some parfaits, some fruit parfaits, and what I do is use about half a cup of Greek yogurt, basically enough to go through a 32-ounce tub of Greek yogurt. Got some frozen strawberries, some almonds, and some frozen mango. You don't need to defrost the fruit. It'll basically thaw overnight and be ready just in time for when you want to have it at work. And the wife also added her own touch to the meal preps for us. She's gone ahead and made a handful of what she calls snacks for us. And what this snack box is a turkey roll up with some cheese and some hummus in it. You've got your boiled egg, your almonds, and some snap peas. And so we've done all of this basically by 2 o'clock. So we've got the rest of the day ahead of us now, and we can just think about the rest of the week, and we've got our meals covered. Now it's just time to go ahead and execute.